All right, so I guess we can go over the Together movie.
Yeah, and I have my opinions on it, and I actually think...
No! Excuse me, I have an opinion.
What?
Well, if we want to talk about the movie, sorry, I thought I heard Chewie say something.
Yes, you did.
Oh, Chewie.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, Chewie has something to say about the movie.
Well, obviously I want to talk about the movie, you imbecile. Now, I have some important things to say. Now,
What, Chewie? What do you want to say?
well, just to say again, it's nice to finally be heard and listened to, but honestly, I have so many things I want to mention, and I care about film, and that's why I'm talking now.
You like to talk about movies? When in a sense has he liked movies?
I don't know, but I mean, if you want to say something, go ahead. I don't want to hold you back from, your true self.
Now, yes, I do care about movies, and after hearing your moronic commentary, I've decided to share my thoughts. This is an F-tier movie!
Whoa,
Chewie!
Why? Why would you say that?
The effects are terrible. The romance is garbage. The acting is mediocre at best. And don't even get me started on the ending. The liberals are trying to brainwash us with their they-them pronoun bullshit.
We don't need to get into that. Okay, let's just...
We don't need to know about your politics, buddy.
Yeah. This is a very, friendly channel to all audiences, and honestly, I think you're getting a little bit farther than just political.
Oh my gosh.
God, that is the worst thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Okay, we need to go over this movie.
Go to get your food. It's time for you to eat anyways.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyway, Together is this movie about this pool of water in this cave.
Yeah.
And it's magical.
Gray. And these two people.
Basically.
Yeah, and these two people, while they're, hiking, they get a little lost and they fall into this cave, this couple that just moved in together. And even though they've been hiking for probably a couple hours and, there's a pool of water in the middle of a deep, dark cave that's dark water, they decide to drink it for some odd reason. I would never do that. But
he drinks it.
He drinks it, yeah. She's smart enough to be like, no, I don't need to drink it. And also, for some reason, the rainstorm isn't that bad, but he's like, we can't leave. We have to take shelter here.
Yeah.
Look through the rain. But anyways, that's probably the biggest thing I have with this movie. So we're just taking that out of the way.
Yeah, so basically he finds this cave, he drinks the water, and
weird shit starts happening.
He basically becomes like a magnet to his girlfriend. At first it's just more attraction than usual. He just likes her more than usual and wants to be around her.
Yeah,
but then it gets exponentially more terrible, and they start actually fusing together basically, and they can't stop it. Their bodies are literally magnetized to get against each other. Also, it changes at a certain point in the movie when she kind of starts getting
because they're blood mixed.
Yeah. So
now whatever he had, she has it now too.
Yeah, it was a very interesting movie.
It was so creative.
Yeah, the main characters was Millie Wilson and Tim Brassington. I didn't know her name throughout the whole movie. I looked that up. But I knew his name was Tim. Millie Wilson is played by Alison Brie. She voiced Diane in BoJack Horseman. That's where we know her from.
Chewie would call her the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tim is Dave Franco, which I'm assuming is James Franco's brother.
Assuming.
So, he did look familiar in the movie, but that's definitely not because he has the same face as James Franco.
Gotta say, very hot couple, by the way. Very using a picture of them smiling, laughing together for a Walmart. Picture frame.
So did you say that they're a real couple in real life?
They're married.
They're married?
They're married in real life. And they've gotten interviews where they're like, was it harder? And they're like, no. And they helped make the movie too. So
that's fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm helped. I think they were directors. But they're the directors. I don't want to.
I don't know. We can see.
Directors of Together.
No. Director was Michael Shanks. Producers, they're both producers.
That's what it is. My sister told me they were directors, so we're just checking that before. Thanks for the fucking misinformation, Juliana.
Anyway, we got the opening of the movie is basically these dogs go down into the cave, and then one of them, they both drink the water, and then they fuse together, and basically this.
Which, let me
person
tell you,
finds the ghost
that's just a
dogs.
really simple explanation of how they shot the scene. I don't really get scared during horror movies or anything like that, but maybe it's because I was high as shit during like the first like half hour, but I don't know, body horror freaks me out, and like the quick shot they have of these dogs fusing, it's not like, if you don't see the movie you think, oh, something's fusing together, it's like magical. No, it's like if they actually got two physical bloody meat people like us and crushed their bones and muscles together. You hear all the sounds, you see the cracking, you like the blood being pushed, the bones being pushed around everywhere. It's very good special effects, I must say. I mean, Chewie thinks that they're terrible, but I think they're really, really good.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I was like, that looks awful, like, in any way.
Yeah. Basically, after those dogs, we kind of get to know the main characters. Tim's like this musician. Millie is basically becoming a teacher in this town. Basically, Tim's dad he died, and his mother had been with his corpse or something, like basically in bed. She stayed his corpse, she was there with his rotting corpse, and then Tim like has nightmares about this. I don't know really how this connects to everything else though.
I think it connects to
like
how he's not emotionally doing well, and because the whole movie is found out kind of, it's like this is like a codependent relationship. Like the situation they're in is that they're living together. She loves him, but she kind of like drives him everywhere, and she's trying to further her career. But then also he's trying to have a career, but it's like not working out. He has no job. He's like trying to pursue his stuff with his band, but she's not working out well. And like he's very distant from her, and like they haven't been intimate. That's why all this stuff is like so sudden, and she's very foreign in the beginning with like him wanting to be around her to an extent. But after this weird stuff starts happening and they basically bloods mix, it's just, there's a really cool twist in this movie too that I really like, that I didn't expect.
Yeah, there was a pretty good twist. So basically, what's her name, Millie? She tries to propose to Tim.
Yeah, which by the way,
friend gathering.
Terrible proposal.
It was a terrible proposal. I don't understand. Like it was like no ring.
No ring, and you haven't talked about this at all in front of all your friends.
Very odd, and also considering that they were going through like obviously some issues.
But some people do that. Some people really do shit like that all suddenly, and that, I think it kind of shows like their relationship not being stable.
To be honest, her character really annoyed me for a good portion of this movie. I know he was kind of like a bum, but she was like really aggravating me in this movie, and that doesn't happen a lot in recent films. She basically, like, for one, like with that, like, why did she even do that? But at the same time, going past that, she does not believe this guy or even question the fact that their freaking skin is sticking together throughout this whole movie until the very end. I know, like, it's played off as like comedy at the end where she's like,
what do you mean near the end? It wasn't near the end.
Well, when they officially like really start fusing together, she's like, I'm sorry I didn't believe you, and he's like, yeah, like it's like a funny thing, like, I believe you now. But like, okay, the first time with the mildew with their legs, it's like, okay, that doesn't really make sense, but it's okay to go past that.
I would never think that we're bodies. I would just think we're like sitting in something in the cave that's like weird.
Right, but like after that, it happens a second time with their lips too. And it's like, she thought he bit her, but like I feel like you'd be able to tell the difference between a bite and your lips literally like stretching.
I guess, Drake, but like what other explanation? Like you're saying this is weird, but like think about it. If this happened in real life, would you really start thinking our bodies are actually slowly fusing together?
I still wouldn't be like, you bit me, and then like, don't talk to me. Like, he's like, no, I didn't bite you.
She wasn't mad because he bit her. She was mad because he immediately switched off and like didn't want to have.
I know, but anymore. She was like,
she was saying, "Oh, you bit me."
I know, but it was just like they didn't question it at all. And then even it happens again in the stall.
Oh, with them, they have sex in a little boy's room.
Yeah, with them doing it, and he gets stuck inside her, and they're just like, oh, maybe it's just like, I don't know, we haven't done it in a while. But like that doesn't make any sense. It hurt. Like they ripped something off of his his thing.
And
like
she ripped something off of her.
yeah,
that's something.
and she's just like, and then she's worried about her job and stuff, and like, but like they just keep skipping over the fact.
I don't think so his problem relationship is that he's different.
I'm sorry, after like a couple times of them getting stuck together, I don't know how you'd be like, okay, but even with all this other stuff going on, what the hell is going on? Why are we getting like, what is sticking us together at this point? They don't even question it once.
Well, that's the thing, is that I think what's happening is these are the toxic parts of the relationship. He is distant, not really trying to be like emotionally there for her. She is trying to push all these problems to the side and ignore them and move on. That's basically how they react to these problems in the movie. Like, her friend brings up the problem. She's like, your boyfriend doesn't have a job. Like, are you going to do something? And she's like, it's fine. It's no big deal. Like, it's no problem. I'm just going to focus on this. It's all going to be fine. She ignores everything and proposes in front of everybody. So that's like her character, and all her actions are like embodied around that, because this whole movie feels like a commentary on.
Oh, not to mention the hair too. There's another time when the hair got stuck in his throat, and it's like
that, yeah,
like that happened.
That would have been like, I'm like, there's a demon,
right? That happened, and they're like, I don't know, like what happened there, and he's like, I don't know.
You're right, that is realistic,
but like throughout the whole movie, he's like trying to tell her like it's not me, like something. Well,
she does think there is something wrong. She does. She tells him to go to a doctor. She's like, you need to see somebody.
He's like, something's wrong, like, but she's not questioning like anything, and like she's getting so angry at him.
Because and he's refusing to go to a doctor.
I get that he's like, he has these other issues, but I just feel like realistically in this situation, we would sit down and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
for just like 5 minutes.
That's the thing, though. They aren't going to sit down and talk to each other. That's what the couple is, I think. And also, she does tell him, she's like, you need to see someone. You need to go to a doctor. Like, this is not normal. And he's like, I'm fine.
I don't know. I feel like the writers just wanted them to avoid the whole fact that they were sticking together for the first half of the movie.
He did go to a doctor anyways, and I don't think he told her about it, too.
Yeah, but I mean, the doctor didn't even tell him anything.
Well, they
gave him the
which pills. Actually helped, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I just feel like it's obviously just a trick by the writers. They wanted like the first half of the movie to not be like, obviously they don't want them to like completely be fusing together at the beginning of the movie, or else the movie would go too quickly. So the first half of the movie, they just need these little things to happen that are like scary enough, but like not like enough to send them over the edge. But I feel like it was too much, especially with the hair, especially with them getting stuck together in the stall, and they just don't acknowledge the fact that they're sticking together.
I think that's kind of like the purpose behind the movie, though, is like I've said it repeatedly, but I really do think that it is stretched a little bit to show like the issues with their relationship, kind of. I mean, when something that crazy is happening and you also want the audience to focus on the codependency, like you're going to do a few little things that a normal couple would. Because like, really think about it, a couple would be like freaking out and like no story would really progress after that, probably.
So anyway, back to the cave. He drinks this water as if he's like dying of thirst. Yes. He just went into this cave. Like I can't even imagine. That would be the last possible thing that I would do. Yeah, they haven't been like out there for days. Like there's water coming from the cave too. Right. You could have just drank the rainwater, or like there's no way he's thirsty, and he's just like. She even says, she's like, "Don't drink that," and he's like, "Why not?" It just felt like one of those like moments in like old horror movies where like they go, like one of the characters just does something stupid, and it's just like, it's so stupid. Like, you know, it has to happen because that's why you like that's why you like the first Scream movie a lot. What? Because you saw like kind of like horror stereotypes be broken, and then like her being smart about stuff. Yeah, like I do. I do like the first Scream movie specifically. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was, I don't know. No, I thought it was a little dumb too, but. There's so much, for movies like that, stuff like that doesn't really bother me too much, because it's kind of like, just like, how enjoyable is the movie? Like, you have these little things that don't make sense. As long as it's not something that's happening, like, repeatedly throughout the entire movie, like, to where it's, like, so distracting. I mean, it's just to get the plot going. I understand that, and I understand the other part was just trying to get the attention of the audience going throughout the first half of the movie, and throw in little seeds of them sticking together before actually like really going full into it. But I don't know, maybe if they could have figured out some other plot device to maybe explain that better. I mean, I don't know, maybe it didn't need it, I don't know. But it does
No, I think it's a good thing that
take away some of the realism.
I like it because it's like all these, like in a real battle, all these problems are happening and they're just like, let's just ignore it. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Let's just like move on. Let's just do our thing. And then like in real relationships like that, then they just come together randomly, like physically, and they just like are stuck to each other. That's how real toxic relationships are.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, the first thing that happens is their legs get stuck together in the cave. And that's not really super unbelievable that they would just be like, maybe it was something in the cave. The second one is when their lips get stuck together. The third one is with the hair.
Yeah, which I don't think it's anything either because
her hair literally like goes down his throat in the middle of the night. She wakes up to him choking on her hair and she pulls it out. It's Chewie.
Oh God, I thought there's something in her ceiling. Chewie, you can't stop us from talking about this movie. You want to come over here and relax? No, okay, then just chill out. Goodness.
So, what was I going to say?
Well, we were talking about the different things. I would say with the hair, at least maybe excuse is that she was, in her mind, was probably saying, I was tired, I was seeing things, and he was probably thinking, it was fine, I was probably just choking on hair. Like, that's probably, if they really sat and talked about it, that'd be their explanations. He's probably like, it's probably fine, whatever, I was probably just choking on your hair or something, and she was saying, I was sleepy, what I saw wasn't anything that actually happened.
Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like if this stuff happened to me, I'd be way more questioning it. Like, even if it's supernatural, I would be like, is this supernatural? Like, is it supernatural?
No, when it starts happening to her, that's when she's saying, like, we gotta go to a doctor, we gotta go to a hospital.
Yeah.
And he's saying no. So that's another thing that shows their character is that when it's happening to him, she's just kind of like ignoring it. But then when it finally happens to her, she's like, we got to do something about it now. Because that's easier to ignore with him.
So basically, there's this really cool scene, too, where he's in the shower and she's driving and they shoot it.
Oh, my God.
They shoot it in this really cool way where they like flip the camera with her driving.
Like it's like
direction.
a GPS tracker.
And
like
he
he's an arrow pointing
towards her. Like, and he's like flying around in the shower like a magnet, like a GPS.
Oh, there's some really good shots with the attraction like that. Like there's this other scene that like creeped me out when
it's really cool.
He's in the study room and she's finally like infected now. And her face just slams up against the glass. And he moves and she's just sliding her face on the glass. And first you think, oh, she's on her... No, it cuts to her and her feet are like inches off the ground. Like she's like floating against the glass. And eventually we learn that the more tired they are, that's when the physical parts of their brain takes over. Which again is kind of like in a relationship. It's like the less they think about all the problems and they like come back together again.
Yeah.
But then they use the muscle relaxant to kind of like let their bodies have less control over their actions.
Yeah. Then we meet this guy named Jamie McCabe.
He's like her boss.
I never got his name in the movie, but...
Yeah, he's hiring her for this teacher position that she's been really working towards.
He works at this school. And also, this town is a pretty small town, it seems like. But this guy is very like
out in the middle of nowhere, they emphasize
at first, and this is what I really like about this character, is at first they make it seem like he's like basically a love interest of her. Like he's peeking into their relationship, and it's all red herring in the end.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be, there's gonna be a scene where like she makes out with him and then
so like because she's feeling frustrated with her boyfriend, and then this guy comes in, it seems like he's trying to like
He's like, you want to talk about it, like her boss.
But then she goes to his house eventually, and then spoilers, basically.
No, actually, before you get to the big thing, spoilers, he's gay.
Yeah, so we learn he's gay, that's kind of where you go, wait a second.
Oh, he's nice.
All the thoughts that I had about him before, that's gone.
Yeah, so now he's just a really nice, kind.
So now, what's the real story about him?
I was thinking, oh, well, he's a really nice person. He wants to show him their wedding video.
No.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh.
Once it was like, oh, he's not a romantic interest, it was like, shoot, what else is he a part of?
I assumed that what was going to happen was that the first thing was that he was going to see them together and he was going to interpret it as them cheating. But really, we learned that he's gay. But then after they kind of started showing more about the church, I was like, this is a cult in this town.
Yeah.
Like, there's some cult happening, which, by the way, that's we get onto the next part after a lot more shenanigans happen with them. Yeah,
I love the red herring that with the relationship, like that he was basically that, because it makes you take away from the idea that maybe he's the villain. I mean, to be honest, he's the only other character in the movie, so if there was going to be a human villain, but I didn't know if there was going to be a human villain. And really, nothing was ever really resolved with him, so really his villain arc was never really addressed. She just escaped him, and then they merged.
Is he really a villain?
I mean, he's the antagonist in a way. He's furthering.
Okay, so to explain the plot of what happened, is there anything in between this that we should talk about that happens in this film?
He's gay.
Chewie would have opinions about that. Okay.
Okay, so the bathroom stall scene.
Oh yeah.
Mention that. So in the bathroom stall.
I was suspicious when this happened.
This was interesting.
I was very suspicious when this happened. I was like, what?
Yeah, so they have
he's been sex. He's been like a magnet, and she has been wanting him. They haven't had sex for months, is what she said. Like, they haven't been intimate for months, and that's probably why she did that big show, because she was like, maybe this will push us over into the next part. Like, let me propose, and it's gonna be so romantic in front of all our friends. We're moving away. But he has that weird, like, infection in him that's, like, pulling him towards her. So, by the way, he throws away his gig. He was supposed to go to this gig with his friends, and it's another step in maybe him progressing into, like, having a music career. Throws it away. Like, his brain is fucking with him at the train station. He leaves all of his stuff there, which, by the way, that was painful to see. All of his expensive equipment being left there by the train. He goes to her job, and she's like, what are you doing? And he just starts kissing her, and he's like, I need you, like, right now. And her being someone who's, like, so desperate, and I mean, kind of stupid how she does this, but you understand, you're like, oh, in her mind, this might be the only time they ever do this. So she's desperate for them to be close to each other. They go into the closest private place they have, which is the bathroom, children's bathroom, and they start doing it, and a little boy comes in, and like, you can see his feet, so he hears something, and you're like, oh shit, he's gonna tell an adult. And they start freaking out, being like, all right, let's stop. Well, it turns out their parts are stuck to each other because of the stickiness, and they pull and pull, and it is painful. It's really painful. They get a shot of, like, him being pulled away from her, and that shot's not going up on our TikTok, by the way. But the teacher comes in, and she's finally gotten away, and he's like, everything okay? And she's like, oh yeah, it's fine. And she starts bleeding, and he assumes that it was just a period, like, emergency lady thing. But as he's walking away, he sees the boyfriend's
stupid ass boyfriend.
Stupid fuck. I was like, oh my god! Like, he barely left. Wait a few seconds. He steps down, and he's like, oh! But they move on. He doesn't address it. Later, when she comes to apologize, he just says it's just lady. Real boss at whoever hired her at an elementary school would be like, you're fired.
Yeah.
Like, you are not working here.
But
it's just like for your first day.
That means he did know, and he wanted them. He didn't say anything because he wanted them to actually fuse together in the end.
Yeah.
His goal was to do that. And I think if he would have punished her for that, maybe they would have split apart. So
yeah, because he's like, just let the process happen.
Yeah.
Basically. Because what we see later, after there's this horrible scene, I think this horrible scene where they, like, their arms are stuck together, like they have this huge fight.
Yeah, so basically, their arms get stuck together overnight. Also, at this point, we find out that there was a previous couple that went to the same, like, house or went to the same area, had this picture, and he finds out that basically they were, they must have fused together too in some way, or went through the same thing that they did. But then their arms fused together. Yeah, so their arms fused together. Finally, she believes him. At this point, they're, like, magnetized against each other, because at this point, his blood has entered her. So then she has this same magnet against her.
The scene they have, because they try and separate, the scene that they have, their bones basically, their bodies are so desperate for each other that as he's trying to grab the door, his rib cage, like, moves to basically pull himself. Like, his bones are now, like, clawing against. So his back is pulling him along past the ground. And, like, her body, the way she did, I guess the stunt double they had was, like, what is it called? You know those people that can, like, move their bodies so weird like that? Do you remember what it's called?
Contortion?
Contortion?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Contour. They do contour.
Contorting.
But, and they, like, the way they move her body, it's like, the sound effects are so good. Like, I love the way, it's like their hand is, like, pulling them towards each other. Yeah. Really, really good effects. And their arms are, like, completely fused, like, from this down.
Yeah.
And, like, it looks so painful. Which you learn later is the more you fight it, the more like painful it is.
She is kind of a badass because she does decide to cut through.
She is a fucking badass.
She does
After that, I was like, damn, girl.
Yeah,
you're cooler than me.
No, once she realizes it's real, she really like gets the initiative and goes. But like, she just annoyed me in the first half where she was just like dismissing everything. But I guess that's part of her character.
It's all the denial.
I get that. But she.
Which she denial too. All this stuff was happening, and he was like, "I'm fine."
I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't bad either, because he was like, he did have like. But I guess a lot of his transgressions come before the movie even starts, like him just being not there.
Yeah, he's not supporting her. Like this is
or I don't know. Anyway, at that point, after they break apart, they use the muscle relaxers from the doctor to get themselves apart and stay apart for a time.
Well, they take
being.
so much, which by was a funny scene. They're smoking muscle relaxers. That was kind of funny, but
snorting.
It's not snorting. I didn't mean smoking. Yeah.
But
they take so much that by the time they fully pull away, they are just like unconscious completely. Like they are gone. She wakes up and she's like, I really wish that you weren't awake. She's like, I was really hoping you were going to stay asleep a little longer. He's tied to a chair because she knows he's not going to stay still, and just saws through their arms. Their arms just got far enough to where it's just like their skin connecting. I couldn't watch it. I had to keep looking away. Oh, it was so painful. And then I saw some person being like, after all that, they're just sitting on the ground eating. They're up all night. They just tore their arms, like blood everywhere. Like they need to sit for a second. They probably lost so much blood, and they need to just like breathe before doing anything else. I wouldn't be getting up for a while. I'd just be like,
So at that point, after they get separated, basically she goes and she's gonna go try to like figure everything out, and she tells him to stay there. What ends up happening? She goes to the gay guy's house, finds out he's gay.
I can't remember, why did she go to his house? Was she passing by and like wanted to ask him for help or something, or?
I think he was the one who was telling her about the church and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think he told her like little things about the church at first,
and she was like, okay, someone's got to be weird with the church.
Yeah.
Like,
so she goes there to find out some more stuff. She ends up finding this wedding video
and
of him and his husband.
And while she's there, the boyfriend's going back to the cave when she told him not to go to the cave. She said, stay there.
Yeah.
He went to the cave to investigate all by himself, by the way.
Yeah. And at the cave, he finds this monster that's the previous couple, and they're fused together, but the husband had killed himself mid-fuse. So the wife is basically stuck.
And she's still alive by the end.
Yeah, she's alive and stuck in this monster, attacking him.
Not even really attacked. She never attacked him. All she did was trying to grab at him and be please help me, kill me. And he was just scared shitless and ran away. Which, that is, can you imagine being half fused with your dead partner just rotting away, and you're just this constant pain in the dark for years?
Yeah.
And we don't even know what happens to them after.
Do they not die from starvation or something? Like, what?
I don't know. Maybe it was, I'm saying, like, maybe, I don't know how long they've been in there.
I feel like it was only a couple months, but still months you would die from something, starvation or something.
I don't know. Maybe they're, like, feeding off each other in some way.
Maybe.
Because I think they live a lot longer when they're fused. I think that was implied in the movie.
Maybe. I mean, it could be possible.
Because, so the whole lore behind this movie, which after she goes to the house and she sees this wedding video, which wedding video is it's a cult initiation. She goes in this closet that's filled with all these gowns everywhere, and this video is playing, obviously purposely playing for her. He left it on, where they see that they cut each other's like arms. They drink the water and they like let their arms sit because their blood is fusing, and they just slowly morph together on the ground while like the cult is like clapping and cheering in this church. This church, by the way, something happened where it just collapsed in on itself and is now fused with the ground, which I think I'll talk about what I think about it later. So they come in. I forgot what was I saying earlier.
You were talking about the wedding video or something.
Before that,
I don't know.
Oh, okay. The lore behind this movie. Their cult believes that, I guess they might be right because this actually works, that Zeus, human beings used to be two people together, like two, like, and he thought they were so powerful that he split them apart.
I did like that they added some kind of mythological aspect to it.
Cool.
Because brings more to the cult idea that they're following something from a long time ago. But I really like that. So yeah, they said that men and women were like one, basically, with 4 limbs, or 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 heads or whatever, and it was too much. They were too powerful, and they split them apart. Which,
this is kind of crazy. I guess the cult's kind of right then.
Yeah.
Like, that was how human beings were meant to be, and are you sure they meant 4 arms, 2 heads? Is that really the thing? Because when they fuse, they're not like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think so. I think that's what they said. They said, I remember specifically, they were like, they have 4 limbs, or 4 arms, 4 legs, all that stuff, and then it made them too powerful or something, I think. But yeah, that was pretty cool. They make it so it's basically like this mythological thing. And yeah, you're right. They were right. Or Zeus was right.
Well, not Zeus. Zeus is the one that split them apart.
Oh yeah, Zeus was wrong.
But the cult was right that like there's some
mythological thing.
Yeah, and also he is a fused version. That wedding video is them. They're fusing together. So you learn he's a fused version, and he like seems really happy.
And it's really cool because when she's like, trying so basically he cuts her and she tries to escape him and she like hits him.
And like they like unfuse.
And his like brain, like his head like defuses a little bit. That's really cool to think about too. So they're not like completely permanently fused. There's some way they can be,
if they get harmed enough, it's like
somehow separated.
But he doesn't seem like he didn't act like it was super painful.
I would like to see a sequel to this movie. I think, like,
or a prequel, maybe like more of the cult to see how the church fell.
Because technically, he's not like the villain antagonist. He's not really done yet. Like,
because he didn't force her to drink the water.
We could see more with the main characters and how they could continue, and see their merged version if they could separate at any point.
Well, I mean,
how that is living together, and then maybe seeing another couple or something else, like something different. Like, I don't know.
Well, what I'm thinking is that it is kind of
like, what if it's not a couple? Also, like, does it still work if it's...
That's the thing that's like, the bad part about... No, I don't...
Like,
no, because the dogs aren't a couple and they fuse. It's just whoever drinks the water, which is bad.
Right, so like if it was like a kid and a dad that went down there and then they fused together, like, that's possible.
That might be... So, that might be another thing. Maybe the cult isn't right. Maybe they did find this thing and they made the religion around it.
Maybe. Because
that's the bad thing about... I'm saying him particular isn't bad because there's no way to reverse it, and he didn't force her to drink the water, they just did. And he was saying, you just gotta he was basically telling her how to do it without dying painfully. He says, if you don't do this way, it's gonna be way worse. Mm-hmm. So technically, the cult itself might be the real villains of the story, because it's this idea of like pushing...
True, but also, when she first met him at the beginning of the movie, he told her about the hiking trail and about where to go hike. He told her specifically.
Oh, really?
At the beginning of the movie, she sits down with him and he's like, have you explored the area? Remember, he's like, have you explored before?
Oh.
And she's like, no. And then he's like, you should go down this way and explore down this way. So like,
never mind then. Then yeah,
I think he was trying to somehow trap them.
He is villainous.
That's the only hint that was like, maybe he is trying to trap them, but
I think no, he is villainous then, because he was. Oh man.
But like, why does he want to?
He was like, I feel like your boyfriend would be stupid enough to drink water in a cave.
I don't know.
Unless, are you sure that didn't happen after, when they're having dinner together? Remember, because like he came over for dinner and he was like really pissed off.
No, I think it was before that.
Really? Okay.
I think that was his first scene, was when she was talking to him about, that.
Again, I was a little high for the first 30 minutes of the movie. So.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, he's the bad guy. She tries to escape. Basically, they end up coming back together. The meds wear off. They start trying to fuse back together. Tim, basically, he tries to propose. Well, no. Basically,
so he does this dumb thing here, too. I think he's an idiot for this.
So basically, he's going to kill himself because he saw what happened to the other couple.
But then he saw also that when the guy tried to kill himself, they still fuse. So he has no idea whether it actually ends.
Right. I guess
that's what I thought was dumb. I was like, you saw, which maybe he didn't see it and he was just trying to like rush out.
I guess he doesn't know that.
You like this movie now?
Like if he died, if he was a dead body, would they have still fused? I don't know.
Yeah, he might not even seen the knife. He might have just thought that's what they're gonna look like.
I guess there's no way to prove it, but he did see, like, because what happened with the other couple is that basically they were fusing already. They were like part way already fused, and
they
then
probably
he
were
killed
so
himself.
scared, and they're like,
But that makes that makes sense, because if he killed himself when they were partly fusing, if they were still fusing together, even if he was dead, they would have fused completely together. But they didn't. So
I'm saying
if he died,
doesn't know that though. He is. So the thing
he
is,
saw him. I think that is true, because he saw the knife, he saw them together, and he came back. He's like, that's why I need to kill myself. It's the only way to end it, because he knew if he dies, it'll stop the fusing process.
Okay.
So like when those two couples were coming together, they were coming together until that guy killed himself. Then they were stuck in that mid stage. So that's what he's saying, is if I kill myself now, we won't fuse anymore. You're safe, and you'll
this
be
is
able to
what's
live your
really
life.
interesting. She's like passing away because of the blood loss, because the cult member basically sliced her arm open to force her to fuse quickly. So I guess he is
Yeah.
he's a villain. He's like, but technically he is right that if they don't do it,
Yeah.
like they're gonna die. He makes her do it faster because of his weird cult brain, but technically he is right, because in the end of the movie, which you can argue whether you think this is good or not, as she's dying of blood loss, she dies first, and he can't accept it. He said one of us has to die for it to end, and he just can't accept it. So he puts their arms together, and she wakes up with them like fusing because her blood has come back. So they're like, all right, like, I love you, let's do this. Which is so interesting to me, because you saw how toxic he was, like, which, I mean, in real life, you argue that, like, well, that's terrifying, you don't want to do it. But the commentary of this movie feels like they're trying to show a toxic relationship. So if we're going through the commentary, he was willing to kill himself instead of committing. It kind of feels like the fusing is a form of, like, commitment for the relationship. Like, they're fully committing now. And right as they're about to do it, he's like, it feels like him killing himself, like his version of being like, I want to break up. I don't want to do this. I can't be together. Like, I have to leave you. I can't deal with this anymore. But then when he sees her in pain, he can't, there's just that part of him that still loves her in this codependent relationship. And he's like, let's do it. Let's take this huge step. It's kind of like they did get married, like, quickly and without thinking about it. Like, they made that huge step. But I mean, it's freaky, but it's kind of beautiful in a way. Like, it's terrifying, but they really, like, he saved her life. They took the step to commit, and it's terrifying scene. You, like, see his fingers dig under her ribs.
Yeah, so basically they decide to fuse together, and I think it's honestly a big part of just, like, they know...
Maybe the relationship is fixed.
I think because he proposes, and she knows that he loves her, and then, like, it's kind of like, also they're just in the situation, like, there's no way to escape it unless one of them dies, so they're just like, let's do it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. In real life, that's probably what that might be what someone does who aren't in love. We were just friends, because they're like, if we don't do it, we might, like, die. But for the narrative of this movie, it feels like they're taking that. It depends on how you see it. It's either this is really, like, like, sudden and quick, and this isn't going to end well, or you see it as, oh, they've gotten past their differences, they are now happy together. Yeah. Which, way back in this movie, they're talking about all this. Hurry up. They're talking about all this fusing happening, and she's like, my parents are coming over. Yeah. And, well, it's the day for the parents to come over. And they are now, them, technically. Yeah. They've been fully fused together. Yeah. Which, it looks a little weird, but...
I'm glad they showed it at the end, because I was scared they were going to end it after they, like, did this big fusing scene. But I'm really glad they showed the ending with them finally, like, in this fused form, because I didn't really know what that would look like between a man and a woman, so just a mixed version of them. I'm glad they showed that. It was really cool. I like the ending. I thought it was good. I did. So what problem do people have with the ending, real quick?
Okay, so from what I've heard, apparently some people went into this movie thinking it was a romance movie. Just going to a movie theater, not hearing much, and seeing the Together poster. Oh. And from what I've heard, I need to check, but a lot of people are saying, like, that people review by the movie because they, like, went in there thinking, people who don't like horror movies, that it's a romance movie, and all of a sudden all this shit happens.
Oh, well, people are idiots. I mean,
just from what I need to check it, but that's what everyone's been saying. But also, it did get weirdly political at the end too. People are taking it and kind of making it some people, not a huge amount of people, are like, oh, they're trying to push an agenda. Or other people are saying, oh, they're trying to say transgender people are monsters. It's when you have a character
I don't
that's
think it's either.
That's the thing is, like, that's the thing is that...
I actually don't think it fits into any theme like that.
No, I don't... I mean, if you're I'm saying if you're transgender, obviously you're going to look at it differently than someone like who... We're not like that. But I think the main theme of the movie is just codependency.
Yeah.
A relationship between a man and a woman.
I don't think it relates to any of that, to be honest, at all.
But that's what happens,
But it is a mixed message, because they do combine... They're like this non-binary kind of like... person.
Yeah, so that topic does come up. So people
it does
talk
come
about
up as an idea, but it's not trying to push a theme of like something about that. Like it's just
it doesn't feel
that
like
is
it.
what the ending of the movie was.
If you see it that way because you do deal with stuff, that's fine. That's what movies are about. But to make it become like a thing to argue about just feels pointless. Like why it's I don't know.
Yeah.
But then also people were pissed off too because they thought the ending was like. They didn't want the person to be seen. They thought the ending was dumb, like not scary or anything like that. But mainly everyone I've seen they talk about the ending. They don't like it.
I really liked the movie. I think it was really good all the way through.
I think the acting was amazing.
I thought the effects
were amazing.
Yeah, the effects were really good.
It was so creative.
It was
unique.
something very different. Very different. I love the scenes when they're actually like starting to come together. I thought it was really good. So
this movie and another movie are pretty big right now. Do you think it's better than Weapons?
Oh, Weapons versus Together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. So, I think I like... God, I don't know.
I have to say,
I think I like Weapons more.
I think I like the pacing of Weapons a lot more. I love the way the story's told through Weapons. That's what you said. I like
the way Weapons is told as like this chapter format. I like
the characters.
I also like that it tells a lot more of a bunch of different characters. I think that was really cool how they flash between a bunch of different characters and they all come together. I also like the villain of Gladys in that, like just in general. Like I like the iconography of this woman and all this makeup, and she's coming to this town and she's doing all this crazy stuff.
She's been alive for years. And
I think the mystery is a lot better in that movie. Like in this movie, you know that they're just going to come together eventually. Like you know that's going to happen. You're just kind of waiting for it to happen.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't know if it was going to end well, though. That's the thing. What if it ended terribly?
But at the same time, you know at some point you're going to see this fusing process, because if you don't see that fusing process, then you're going to come out of the movie wondering what that would have looked like. If you know these two people are going to fuse together, or the people do fuse together eventually, but you don't know what it looks like. You only see it in these dogs at the beginning. Like, I feel like you have to see it at least once.
I was
very much expecting that they were going to come together.
Together is a much better horror movie.
I think it is scarier. I think it is freakier. Yeah. I think it is scarier.
Like that scene of him like having that nightmare looking across the bed at his mother.
Yeah.
And then like she just climbs up under the sheets.
But I do like Weapons more. I think it's more iconic too. I think it's just I just love the whole.
It feels more like a classic. It feels more classic.
Yeah.
I'd still put Together an A though. If I was gonna rank, I'd probably still put it in A.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like both of them, but I would say Weapons it's slightly ahead for me.
I might see. I'm so influenced by the way I like movies. It's hard for me to like movies just based solely on how well written it was. For me, it's like I was with my family. I was having a really fun time. I'm in a relationship. So I was looking at it through the lens of me being in a relationship, and that made it more I don't have children. I'm not a kid anymore. So it's like it's less relatable through Weapons. It's more relatable through the Together movie. I love body horror. I thought the effects were amazing. I thought it was so unique. I've never seen anything like that. You've seen missing children stories before. Mm-hmm. You've seen witches, boogeymen, stuff like that. But I've never seen like this fusing. It's just so creative. So because everything was so new to me and Together, I think I liked the movie more. But technically, I guess you could argue Weapons was a better written movie, I would say. Maybe. But I enjoyed...
I had problems with Weapons too, though.
Because also, in Weapons, sometimes the meaning behind stuff is a little unclear. But Together, I felt like it was much more clear, like the meaning that they're trying to say behind things. While also making it a little bit ambiguous so that you can see it interpreted in different ways. But, yeah.
Now we're ranking the 2025 movie Together, starring Dave Franco and Alison Brie. The movie where they merge bodies and become
the weirdest sex
non-binary.
No, they become they them. They have both.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, no, non-binary. You're not one or the other.
I thought non-binary is you're
not male and you're not female.
But they are female and male, so they're both technically.
So they're
They, them.
They're
Gender fluid.
all binary.
Or they're fluid, they kind of morph.
They're both binary. They're
That's they, them. That's both, isn't it? I don't know. Let's stop this conversation.
Anyway, we're gonna get canceled. Anyway, together, I love this movie. I do like Weapons a little bit more. That's what we kind of decided earlier in the podcast. So I'm gonna put it right under Weapons right now in A. I think it's very good. Yeah, very good. I think it's very good. I think it was very interesting. It's above average. I don't think it's a perfect horror movie that I'm gonna remember forever. So I just feel like when I look back at this board, I want to remember all my S tiers. Like I want to be like, I love that movie. I feel like these two movies, although they're good and I really enjoyed them, in a couple years I might forget what they were about and what happened.